Welcome to the Elder Elves show, if we want to call it that, because we can do whatever we want, because it's our show, or stream, or event, podcast,
a hot minute.
A hot minute. Welcome to the Elder Elves Hot Minute, where we discuss all the minutes and which one's hotter than the last.
And this will go on for about 30 minutes.
We're going to give you your top 5, top 10 tips.
And then we're going to touch them. No, we're not.
No.
We're going to touch on our tips.
Top 5 minutes. Top 5 minutes.
Okay.
We're going to do top 5 minutes in 10 minutes.
Yes. Top of the minute.
Each minute gets 2 minutes. 120 seconds.
The first one starts now.
If I knew the Rent song better, I'd start going in.
I was waiting. Yeah, I liked it. I was waiting for it. Hi. Welcome back to our show on playing Tether, which is a 2-player TTRPG that we found and have been slowly uncovering the secrets of. We are starting off today with entry number 2, but we're going to do a little quick recap in case you guys said too long, didn't read, and did not watch any of the other videos, but decided that this one right now is the one that you want to watch.
Great choice.
You know, it's a good choice. I'm wearing this hat that says Poppy's Little Helper, Newfoundland.
Oh.
Because I am.
Podcast, they cannot see that hat.
They can't, but just know it says that, and I would not lie to you.
No lies.
Right now. Maybe. Maybe later.
So we are, previously on, we found a journal. My character, Jordan, returned home from their time in California, in LA, where they opened their own tech business or startup or whatever it was. And then they have returned home to help their mother. I think that's pretty much all I got into. They accidentally got super high and walked around the town. Ducked into their father's abandoned old gas station to, basically sleep it off or walk it off, whatever, without the prying eyes of anybody around them. 2 individuals whom they thought were demons entered using a key into the gas station. So Jordan hid under the cash register, under the desk, found a journal, and started writing in it because they believed the journal was talking to them. So my character is in the present. Your character, Miranda, is in the past. And I believe the last thing I wrote was one of the demons was talking about... Actually, hang on, I can give you
the
last line.
Good
pulling out
recap. We need music for this part, I think. No? Okay.
Yes, here we go. The last thing my character overheard was William Cutter's secret will burn this town into nothingness.
It was that is a game that we should actually play next together.
Sound effects.
Yeah. No, there's a game that you run around like at the camp and you get chased by spooky times.
Sounds like fun.
It's a horror film, horror thing. Okay.
Okay, so now we're picking up with you.
With me, I do have to say that all of that gave in the last episode, we talked about some of the great things that we could snag and touch base on. And so I hope that I brought that today, right now, this moment, for you.
I'm very much looking forward to this.
All right.
Top minute. This is one of my top 5 minutes.
We're at 5 minutes, so we're going to say this is your top 5 minutes. Is this moment right now. Your top almost 6 minutes. It's about to happen.
Which is really 12 minutes.
I know. It's so long. All right. So last time we pulled my card, and it was the 10 of Hearts. And it was you hear rumors of a secret that only a select few people in town know about. Do you hear any specifics? So with that said, we shall get into my entry. Insert creepy cosmic horror music. I feel like slasher horror now. Run, kid! Okay. So, here we go. And I did write in it, guys. It's not...
We both did.
We did.
We're real. We're legit.
We're too legit to quit.
Sometimes we're too legit to start, too.
I know. Sometimes you have audio issues. And you try to fix them because the last 2 episodes you were Bluetoothing through your Bluetooth headset and it sounded quite bad. So you spend $100 trying to fix it, and it did not fix it. But it,
But now it is.
Okay, anyway. All right, so here we go. You ready?
Go.
June 11th, 1993. Dear Journal, my name is Charlotte, but my friends call me Charlie. I just moved here. My mom said that it would be fun to spend the summer with my grandparents. But I heard her say that I'll stay for the whole year. I have a new stepdad, and they both are gone a lot. I have only been here a week. I don't have friends yet. I found you in my mom's old room. It's my room now. But I found you mixed in with some books. I thought this was a scary book, but there were only blank pages until today. I don't know what any of what you said means. I don't know who those people are, but I'll look for them. I'll be careful. I did ask my papa who William Gutter is. He is very smart. He said he was a war hero. And he has a bridge named after him. He said long ago, during the war, William disappeared. Everyone thought he died, or was lost. Then one day, he came into town like nothing happened in his old uniform. They gave him medals and threw a parade. Those were the golden years, my papa said. The town was at its best. You never saw so many apples on the trees or corn in the fields. Then my papa looked sad and said, we had to go eat dinner. We didn't talk about him anymore. Maybe William found treasure, like Indiana Jones. I did overhear something. I don't know what it means, but I was supposed to be in bed when I heard my Nana and Papa arguing. I gave life for life, Peter. This wasn't part of the deal. You gave up life for her. Yes, her life. There's nothing to be done, Dolores. Send her back, Peter. I can't. We can't. We need to go to the society. We've used up both. She is a New Deal. What good is having dreams of your future when we've poisoned our past? And then I couldn't hear anything. Maybe you can find out about the society. I'll go to the library tomorrow. We don't have TV. I can ride my bike there. Nana says it's close by. I will read about the town. If I see Mr. Smoke or Mrs. Silverstone, I will write you. Your friend, Charlie.
I want that library to be like 12 miles away. Nana says real close.
It's real close.
Just like when she was a kid going to school. It's fine.
It's funny. Like I watch, obviously like I love the Goonies and like all those things, but you see it from the point of view of them like actually living in it. But then you read like, because I actually went through and was like, oh, how do 10-year-olds or whatever, like how did I write? Yeah. And it's so like ADD-esque. Yeah. And I have it, so it was very easy to read or like write, but like it's all over the place. They're like, anyway, so here's some like really awful things, but then this, then this and this. But when they're actually living it, it's not that way. Like it's more, but when they have to write it, it's like, and I saw a goose. Anyway, I'm going to go do this now. Bye. So I was trying to do that with her.
That came across really well. I like that a lot. Okay. Yeah. So Charlie is with her grandparents. Her
grandparents. She was supposed to stay for the summer, but her mom has decided that she's going to stay there for the year. Her mom's newly married, so she has a stepdad, and they travel a lot. We don't know their names, right? We don't know their names, and they travel. So that's why she's there.
Interesting. Okay. Mr. Smoke. That's great. Okay. Charlie's gonna go to the library. I really enjoy the part where it didn't have the journal was blank until today.
Yeah.
That was so good. That was a nice touch.
It was scary. I thought it was a scary book, and then it just started filling, because we both read.
That made it less scary. Because to me, I'd be like, "What the fuck?"
But I think she thought it was a scary book because there's because the only thing that's really written in it is that whole passage about how, hey, if you found this,
right,
it's a curse. That's really the only thing that's written in there. So you see that and you're like, oh, this is going to be scary, and then there's no other pages. It's just blank.
Right.
And then you open it again, like, what do I do with this? And suddenly there's writing in it. It's not, and for her, it didn't happen at the same time. So now she's like, oh, well, it did say that it's supposed to be a journal between people. So I'll just write back and see what happens. And hey, maybe this is something that you need to know.
That's great too. You put the date on it, just like the kid would too. Because I don't think I included that, did I?
No.
No, I didn't.
No.
It was so funny.
But that's how now we would never do that. But no. I went through I did look. And just to see what a layout would be, and I was like 10-year-old journal, like a 10-year-old's journal, whatever, and what the misspellings and that kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh yeah, I did write. I used to write June, whatever. We used to keep the date in there, and it varied, like dear journal, dear whatever. And if it's a name, okay, dear Jordan is gonna, probably future happen, instead of journal. Oh, you're not Journal? Your name is Jordan? Okay, if that's what you want me to call you, your name is Jordan now.
Well, yeah, that because a lot of people name their journals too.
Exactly. So it's easier to, write too.
I enjoy so much of that. I enjoy that the name drop of Indiana Jones, which is great. And I think was Batman out too? I think so. Batman Returns was out, right?
Batman Returns was out. I looked it up. All of the Indiana Jones were out, and as a young
that
kid,
would have been the third one.
Yeah, and for me, the third one was my favorite.
Yeah.
So I had seen Raiders, but the third one was always my favorite. Between that, Goonies came out before that too. So I used to watch Goonies constantly with my mom, all the time. Also, Jurassic Park came out that year.
And 93 was great.
Yeah, it had a lot of fun cinema. Like, all the Alien movies were out already. You know, watching them like this. The directors, you know, they used to play them on TV, but they would cut out all the, like, most of it. So I remember being older and watching, like, the full length and being like, holy, wow, wait, that's in this movie? This is so... there's a lot of... Terminator was out. Like,
and
Total Recall.
Like, specifically remember, like, 1991 to, like, 1995. Like, very specifically. My friend and I would run around and we would try to solve crimes.
Yes, we
as detectives. Yeah, action figures, cartoons, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
The Turtle movie was already out. The one that's like the best one. Come on, it's live action.
The first one, right? Not the Iced Tea one, or no,
no.
Vanilla
because
Iced Tea would have been a great part of that movie.
Oh my god, yes. But you know what? That was like those movies. Like, I remember watching. Like, that's when I, like, really knew I was gay. Pretty much, is like watching, like, these films and seeing, like, I don't know, Indiana Jones and Last Crusade. Like, Elsa's like,
oh sure.
I was like, femme, dom, I'll take it. I also had a crush on April when she was running around in the first Ninja Turtles.
Of course.
You know?
Yeah.
Willow was out, guys, and I love Willow. I love me some Willow. You know, there's so many.
Top 10, top 5, easy.
Yeah. Ghostbusters, the Ghostbusters cartoon. There's so many cool things that happened.
Wasn't that called The Real Ghostbusters?
Yes. Yep.
Such a great title for a cartoon.
Yeah. It was so good.
You did such a good job in the entry too of, like, they didn't have a TV, right? Because now that wouldn't matter, right? Because she would have a phone or an iPad. Yeah. Or whatever. Or
something electronic. And not having a TV. I remember being at my grandparents' house and they had TV, but my grandfather, that was his TV.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, Grandpa, can I watch? No. We're watching golfing or something. So you know what he always did? He was like, okay, you want to watch something, Miranda? I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay. And then he'd go through and Jaws would be on. He's like, we're going to watch Jaws. And my mom's like, she's not allowed to watch Jaws anymore. She's had, you know, nightmares or whatever. And he's like, okay, noted. All the time, every summer I was there.
My brother showed me Halloween, the original Halloween, like way too young. And I do remember laying in bed, like, wide awake the whole time.
Yeah, I remember I was living overseas in Italy, and there's these girls that had me come over and do a sleepover, and they're like, hey, we're gonna watch some movies. I was like, okay. And I was like the innocent, like, oh, I don't watch scary movies. My mom always made me close my eyes, right? And was like, don't watch these movies. They played Children of the Corn, Warlock, Halloween. I mean, they played so many, like, where I was just like, I don't like it. I don't want to watch it. And they're like, we turned it off. And then they hadn't. They just muted it. So when I looked up, it was like, and they thought it was hilarious, but it's torture, you know? But watching all those scary movies, It was out, you know, like the original It. Watching that, or you know, Misery was out, like those kinds of things. Yeah. Kathy Bates. But there's a lot of crazy nostalgia in that, and not having a TV or having a VCR.
Yeah.
You know, to watch, because there was no DVRing. You had to have a tape to watch. So having like an old black and white that you had to like antenna play with, like outdoors was where the adventure was.
Because okay, so like, you know, there was not having any TV, right? Mm-hmm. Which you're screwed as a kid. Like, I mean, I guess whatever, you can go outside, you can ride your bike, you can do whatever. But eventually, if you're there for the whole year, if you're there for the summer, you're bored instantly.
Definitely.
Give you a day max, and that's if you're an outdoor kid. So then the next level up would be having a TV but no cable, right?
Definitely.
You get like 1.5 channels. That was it.
And they're scrambled.
Black and white.
Listen, the scrambled channels were the best channels because you had to figure out what they were, because it could either be porn, or like a movie. And you're like, oh, so you've heard the movie but you've never watched it. It's like the looping.
True Lies or
yeah.
Is this not?
Well, I mean, something's lying. I'm not quite sure what it is.
Lying.
But it's.
Oh man.
Yeah, trying to figure that. Trying to have that good voice, I think, for a kid, and setting it up, like teeing it off. That like, I don't have any friends. Don't have TV, so what's the next best thing? Go to the library, of course, because at least you got books.
Like nothing else to do.
Yeah, there's nothing, and they didn't have computers at that point, like that were hooked up to the internet. You know,
no.
So
I think we got. I mean, we got a computer, and I remember it being a pretty big deal. But it was like, it wasn't like a family computer. It was like my dad's computer.
Yeah.
And that would have been somewhere between 89 and like 92.
Yeah.
Like somewhere in there. But that wasn't like us. And then eventually we got a computer where we could all play. But again, it's not, I mean, that thing was basically screwed to the wall because it was 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, we got one. But you know what? We played like, there was no internet. No. Zero. So it was all for like typing. But then my dad got a bunch of games that were burnt or like copied, because you can copy games. And so you would go to CDOS and you'd play them. So I played Doom, Wolfenstein. Yeah. There's a Star Trek game that was pretty fun.
Oh, really? Oh, I missed that one.
Oh, it was good. It was superb. There was like a bunch of other like stuff, but it was not the games that we have now, you know? No. It was all that 2-bit kind of play. Like Ultima 7 was like the coolest looking game, but it was still like, you know, you're just like a little person running around. Sierra did a great...
Yes. King's Quest?
Yeah. And then they did other stuff like The Lost Secret of a Rainforest, which is really good. They did a bunch of like educational games that my mom was like, yeah, you can play that like for 300 years.
I'm trying to think of when I went to my grandparents, and it was a similar deal, right? So TV was basically just sports or news.
Yeah.
Besides that, I mean, yeah, there were some toys like there specifically for us. Some Hot Wheels and things like that. There was stuff you weren't supposed to play with, like models and things like that. There was they had a rowing machine.
Oh, cool.
So that's like that was like the thing that you would spend all your time doing.
Yeah, just screwing around on a rowing machine.
Yeah, because it moved. Like that was it. There was no point. It's just because it moved, and so you were on the rowing machine. But yeah, I mean, that was basically it. Like,
yeah.
Beyond that, there was nothing to do. There was just hanging around with everybody else and being bored.
My grandparents had like ponds and stuff. So if I was there for the summer, my parents would just be like, "Oh, be careful," and my grandpa's like, "Go outside." He's like, "Just don't go out of earshot. So if I call you or your mom calls you, she should be able to do it." And I learned how to run deer trails, because deer trails lead to great, fun, cool things like old apple orchards and whatever. So you can just follow through. I learned how to track deer that way, turkey, like listen, you know, and I'd go find ramps or leaks, whatever you want to call them, but ramps, like the onions and stuff, you dig them out, the little mini. And my mom would yell on the back porch and be like, "Miranda," and I'd be miles away, and I'd be like, yeah, because of where they were, I could echo down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, Miranda's not back. But I had like a certain time, like if it starts to get dark, you have to come home, you know? Yeah. And I had to entertain myself. So I was by myself playing in the woods all the time. And I never thought that was weird or creepy, or I just kind of...
well, it wasn't, right? Like,
yeah.
We've made it weird and creepy because everybody went and made all these suspense movies and horror movies about their childhood when they did go play in the woods and they would hear something and not know what it was or something like that. Then, you know, they grew up and wrote books or made movies or whatever.
Yeah.
And so now it is like a trope. You know, little girl playing in the woods. If you walk up on that, you're terrified.
Yeah. What is she doing? She's poking something with a stick and it's just like a mud bucket. What are you doing? I'm making potions. Oh God. Now we know that's a Fae trap though, right? Like
100%.
What's your name? Don't give that little girl your name.
Don't tell her your real name.
Don't tell her your real name. Okay, Frank. And you're like,
I saw somebody, you know, because everything like Stranger Things and everything like that are coming back and really nostalgia-sizing the 80s and everything. And I saw somebody say, you know, all these things are great, but the 80s were way more brown than you're giving it credit for.
Oh my God.
Because everybody has like the great like oranges and blues and reds and
the brown
like
the brown recliner. Brown. We had a brown recliner forever, like brown, like brown, 70s brown.
Orange.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a good orange.
No.
Like,
orange. Like not great orange, yeah.
No, and not a good brown either. Like
no.
Like, these are awful colors.
Yeah, like why are we wearing these, or like why are we?
And then the 90s were just like so bright. Like, it's like we just found neon. Yeah,
like this?
Bring it. Like that.
Like this hat?
Like that hat.
Look at that hat.
Like that.
This is sweet. You know what? Couple things. My head is too small. This is as far as this goes. So that makes me sad. It does.
It's okay.
Still looks good. I got it. I got a little flippity flap. I want it, like I want to flip it, but my head's too small, so I can't flip it.
It's okay. It's like you're Charlie wearing a hat that she found.
Yeah. Look what I found.
You found it.
It's alone
in the woods. By itself. And clothes.
It's weird. I found it. It's covered in blood.
It's got some ketchup on it, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. I tasted it.
And I was never the same.
It was never. It was weird.
Should I draw my prompt for next
think week? You should. Yeah, I think you should. I hope that I left you with a bunch of stuff that you...
For sure.
I was trying to, like, kick the ball a little. Yep. And I was trying to give you some fun stuff to mess with.
Because that's what we're doing. We're building story one journal entry at the time.
Yes. 5 pages at a time. All right, so go ahead.
Okay.
Tell me.
Oh,
what did you pull?
I moved my camera, so now
it's a 4?
4 of hearts.
4 of hearts. Do. Okay.
Do you have your thing handy?
Right here. This is the thing we're talking about. Again, guys.
Is Tether by Adam Baffoni.
Page 10 is where all of our prompts are coming from. So he pulled a number 4 card. Oh, this is a good one, Colin. Oh, I like this one. Are you ready?
Exciting. Yes.
Okay. You come face to face with one of your fears, but not in a potentially deadly situation. What about the scene? Feels unnatural. Oh,
that's interesting.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
That's a good one.
I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think I can do some jibba jazz with that.
I like it.
Can you read it again?
Okay. One more time. You come face to face with one of your fears, but not in a potentially deadly situation. What about the scene feels unnatural?
Wow. Okay. I can work with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so next week, that's the journal entry we'll have.
I like it.
We'll be in the present, 2023.
2023.
Which eventually this won't be the present anymore. It'll be the past, and everybody can get real weird and timey-wimey about it.
Mm-hmm. Which is fun, because it could be the next entry. It might be, oh, I haven't heard from you, journal, in like a week.
Yeah.
Or, oh, wow, that was like instant.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have any time restraints on it.
We don't have that.
We want.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. That gives me a lot to think about.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what you come up with next. Where you kick the ball, so to speak, where you throw it. Throws it in the bushes. The bushes are on fire.
Fetch it. God.
Damn it. You throw gasoline afterwards.
This journal's terrifying. Okay. So
great.
I'm Colin Carlton. You can find me at colincarlton.com or at Colin Carlton VO on all the important social media places. We are collectively the Elder Elves. You can find us across the board at either the Elder Elves or Elder Elves. We're on Twitch. We're on YouTube. We are podcasting as well. So you can find us there and listen to us if you want. If you don't want to look at us, I guess I don't blame you, but whatever. You can be that way.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not upset about it. I mean,
no, me neither.
A little, but
we go live on Tuesdays, and then everything else is pretty much available the next day. So you can catch up.
Yeah.
And talk about you now.
Oh, I'm Miranda. Or as the screen says, Mer. Boop. Or
Mer.
I'm also called Obscure Abrasion on like everything. I play games, so you can find me on Xbox, PlayStation 4. Sorry, I don't have a PlayStation 5 yet. I'm on Nintendo Switch. I've been playing Legend of Zelda. Breath of the Wild, not Tears of the Kingdom. I know, but I want to beat Breath of the Wild first before I do some of the stuff that you guys have been doing, which is naughty. I've seen it.
It seems to be exclusively it.
I've seen what you guys have been doing out there, and I am horrified and surprised and amazed at some of the stuff I've seen. But anyway, you can find me on all the things, TikTok, Insta, and here on Tuesdays at whatever time we decide to do this at.
Yeah, schedule pending.
Schedule pending. Sometimes we do it right in the afternoon. Sometimes we want you to eat your dinner and get in.
But a good way for you to know when we do it is if you subscribe to whatever you prefer.
Mm-hmm.
Do whatever.
And if we're really good friends, you can DM us, but only for times, not for,
booty calls.
Foot pictures or, booty calls. Anyway.
Okay. So we'll be back next week on Tuesday
with our new prompt, and I can't wait to see what you do with it.
I know. I'm kind of excited about it.
It's so good. It's so good. I'm so interested.
You'll see. You
better show up.
Okay.
All right.
Great job.
Good job.
Thanks.
Thanks, friend.
Bye.